game. Connect and Gainey had 26 total between them. But Dickinson, man, 17 points, 20 rebounds. Bill Self said afterward, quote, "It was a great win for us today. We struggled last night and to bounce back in 13 hours to play a team as good as Tennessee and hang in there under some fairly adverse conditions for some of our players. It was just a terrific thing and one that we'll look back on in February and be thankful for," end quote. He's right. McCullough and Adams played well alongside him. And then DeJuan Harris continues to be an understated, valuable point guard for how capable he is of greasing this offense. He's at 7.2 assists this season. He's almost certainly going to finish top 5 in the country in assists per game. And that's in addition to being one of the best defensive guards in the country. And he is one of the best defensive guards in the country with the frame that he has, man. He's not overly athletic and super muscular. He's not some 6'4", hybrid power point guard. That's not what he is. He's just a really, really impressive player. And to have that, in addition to Dickinson being the first Kansas player, oh, by the way, since Cole Aldridge, 14 seasons ago, to have multiple 20 rebound games in a season. And we are not out of November yet. Good on Dickinson. Kansas continued to shoot well. It didn't the day before, but Kansas has been one of the best shooting teams in the country. And to do it against Tennessee on short rest, that was impressive. So KU holds it standing. It'll continue to be a top 10 team in the polls when they refresh on Monday. Good on them. Tennessee, tough deal. You got to play, top 2 teams on back-to-back days. Can't get a win against either of them. Vols will still have chances, but at least the game was certainly a better watch than the one before. And then real quick, the late game, GPI faded. I tried to make it through. About the under 16 of the second half, I was down for the count on the couch. Gonzaga, UCLA, late Thursday morning. It wasn't even Friday night on the East Coast there. I got a note that Anton Watson had 32 points. Best game of his career. Shot 14 of 15 from the field. Anton Watson went 3 for 3 from three-point range. This is like a significant development for Gonzaga. Good on them. Even though it happened by nature of bracket play, I would love to see Gonzaga and UCLA somehow manage to play each other every season. They have a habit of playing close games. Gonzaga won this one 69-65. Gonzaga is now 97-2 in its last 99 games against unranked teams. And as I noted earlier, UCLA was unranked. It was 25th the week before. It didn't lose a game. Fell out of the rankings there. Gonzaga leads the all-time series with UCLA 6-2. And has won 4 straight dating back to Jalen Suggs at the buzzer in the 2021 Final Four. UCLA's got some intriguing promise, but goes home 1-2 in Maui. Now, to your point on Colorado State, holy hell, that was the stunner. That was let me check the scores here. Wait a second, what is going on? Creighton just I'll say it, non-competitive, man. And this is a major development for Colorado State. For the Mountain West, CSU, in terms of resume, first of all, you have to have them ranked, right? Don't even think about telling me that it beat Creighton on a neutral and you did not have that team undefeated in your rankings now.
Colorado State is 6-0 and now ranked 17th in the top 25 and 1.
And where do you have Creighton?
18. See how that works?
They kicked their ass and you have them only one spot behind on a neutral? I don't know about that.
I can't believe Indiana never did that.
I don't know about that. Colorado State's first top 10 win in 40 years, almost. The trivia time.
Okay.
I don't think you can get this unless you looked it up. Who was the top 10 team Colorado State beat in 1984?
Indiana.
Enough. Who was the top 10 team?
Indiana probably wasn't in the top 10. I guess Purdue would have been in the top 10, I'm sure.
Not Purdue. It was Texas El Paso, ranked 5th in the country. Wasn't even like a great Colorado State team that season, but they got a top 10 win. Good for Nico Medved. CSU led big early. Creighton never threatened, man. Creighton shot 28% and only made 6 3-pointers. That's the fewest in a game so far this season for the Blue Jays. Isaiah Stevens, real ones know. It's one of the best point guards in the country. He went for 22 points, 7 assists, 6 boards. Right now, the Rams rank 5th in the country in effective field goal percentage. That's a major development there again. For Creighton, okay, maybe it's one stinker. circle back a little bit here. They got notable games coming up. But for Colorado State, seed line bump if I've ever seen one. That is
it's a
just
seed line bump.
that is huge. That is a huge. It's the one result over the past 48 hours that nobody saw coming. Like maybe Colorado State could have kept it competitive, but no one was thinking CSU in the money line. So congrats to the Rams on getting that done and getting it done definitively to move up into top 30 realm in predictive metrics and just 69-48, completely shut down a Creighton team that I'll say Creighton's point totals prior to this, 105 points, 89, 92, 82, 88, 48. I'm looking at the schedule who Creighton plays. I'm going to say Creighton doesn't finish under 60 again the rest of the season. Under 70 almost certainly will happen, but I don't know if it'll be held to below 60 points again. It is a really good offensive team. CSU just had it. Creighton did not.
Arizona in Palm Springs defeats Michigan State 74-68. I want to be fair to Palm Springs. Crowd looked pretty good.
I didn't see Bo Ryan anywhere, by the way. And
I didn't see Bo Ryan either.
I was looking every time into and out of the break, every quick pan to the crowd. Bo Ryan, where are you at?
I thought the way I pictured it was like I'd turn on Fox and Bo Ryan just be sitting there by himself. Like everybody else in Palm Springs is like, we're not, are you crazy? We're in Palm Springs. We're not going to a college basketball game. It's nuts. We're in Palm Springs. We're going to watch a stupid college basketball game on Thanksgiving. The crowd looked good.
It did.
Arizona looked great.
I wouldn't say it looked great.
Okay, how about this? Arizona looks great.
It's getting it done, and that's the team. I think I don't have this statistically, and maybe it's Purdue after the. It probably is Purdue after Maui, but Arizona. How about this? Arizona is scheduled with intent to have. Tommy Lloyd wanted to have one of the very hardest non-conference schedules in the country, and it's gotten through a lot of it and hasn't taken a loss yet. There's even more coming. We'll get to that on future shows when Zona's still got big games remaining, including against Purdue. Tommy Lloyd is now 13-4 against AP ranked teams since he got to Arizona. That's an outstanding record against ranked competition, obviously. And they're getting, and credit to Michigan State for it. MSU was down and it rallied. It got down by 14 or 15 points in this game, and it got the lead late in the game. And I thought that was an important development for an MSU team. Don't tell me you have this team ranked. I know that they've taken 3 respectable losses, but they're 3-3. You do not still have them ranked, do you?
I do.
Okay, you're out of your mind.
You're out of your mind.
No. They can earn it back in. To have them ranked right now, to me, I think is a misstep. Personally, they're 3-3.
I think you're a misstep personally.
Okay. Do you have the undefeated James Madison Dukes, who, according to Torvik, have a top 5 resume so far this season? Do you have that team that beat Michigan State on its floor? Do you have them ranked yet or no?
Nope.
Okay. So keep the score. All right, there we go.
My early season rule: I believe in you if I believed in you until you prove to me that I can no longer believe in you.
The problem with that is you are taking it strictly from your own personal bias and point of view, and there might be a certain level. It's until
I don't have any personal bias
in your own rankings.
I have no personal bias in any aspect of my life. 0.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
0. And similarly, if I didn't believe in you, I continue to not believe in you until you make it clear that I must believe in you.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, when James Madison beat Fresno State's brains in the other night,
yes,
did it start to occur to me maybe I should believe a little more? Yes, it started to occur to me. But here's the truth, and I mean this is I'm not even joking around. Because when I talk about these types of things, I know that these are the types of words that can matter to a program like James Madison. So I'm not joking around here. I'm not trying to be funny. The main reason James Madison is ranked right now is because they won at Michigan State to open the season. And hey, that's obviously great. It was an overtime win when Michigan State was 1 of 20 from 3. Michigan State shot 5% from 3. That's an anomaly. That will never happen again this season. And so if Michigan State shoots 3 of 20 from 3, that outcome might be different, and we wouldn't even be having this conversation. James Madison is still, and I know there's preseason bias in this, but all the way down at 67th at Ken
Yeah,
Palm.
I'm reminding you, if you remove all preseason bias per Torvik, James Madison is a top 5 resume in the sport. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Here's the I'm just. In fact, it's third right now per Torvik. The best resumes this season: Purdue is 1, Marquette is 2, JMU is 3, Arizona is 4, and Memphis is 5. Colorado State is 6.
Okay, well, let me say this. You know how much I love Bart Torvik. You know how much I love sorting data.
Yeah, you didn't sort this one.
Okay, it's outrageous that somebody would suggest James Madison has a top 3 resume in the sport right now. They have one top 95 win, according to Ken Palm.
Okay, take it up, Torvik.
I'm not taking it up with anybody.
Take it up with them.
I wouldn't. I love Bart Torvik. I love sorting data.
So you would agree that Purdue has the best resume. Marquette should be in that conversation. Arizona, Memphis. These are teams that should be in the conversation, but James Madison just should not.
I'm telling you that James Madison does not have a top 3 resume in the sport.
All right.
I'm telling you, James Madison is off to a tremendous start. I'm happy for them. I wish their football team would be allowed to play in a bowl game. I have great respect for the 4th president of the United States and his vice president, George Clinton. But James Madison does not have a top 3 resume in the sport. That's crazy.
Okay.
I mean, that's nuts. You would agree that's nuts, right?
I wouldn't rank a top 3, but
okay,
I would.
Good. We agree. Let's move on.
Okay. let's move on and quickly wrap on this game. We still got to do the Final Four in 1. Oh, good God.
I'm leading, by the way.
Kashad Johnson. Whew. Man, talk about a get in the transfer portal. Arizona has good balance overall. But between him, Caleb Love was, he had some good spots and some not so good spots, and we had some.
It's the story of his life.
I know, chatter in the chat earlier about that in terms of what Love brought, but overall, having him on the floor better than to the cause of winning the game. Arizona has gone 6 straight games having 5 players get to 10 points or more, 5 players in double figures. Only team in the entire country that has been able to do that this season. A major advancement for Tommy Lloyd's program, in addition to what they can do defensively. Shouts to Jaden Bradley. It was his big shot with about 1:25 to go in the game that gave Arizona a lead back, and it wound up winning. I continue to be impressed by Tyson Walker. He will be that guy. I was curious if he would be this season for MSU, but he clearly is. AJ Hogarth had 15 points in the loss. The big problem for Michigan State is it continues to get beat on the boards in a way that it hasn't been for the majority of Izzo's career. We'll see if it can grow out of that, or if this is going to be a season-long thing where MSU is going to have to outshoot its opponent and continually be losing the board battle on both ends. It happened again against Arizona. If you watch the game and watch the flow of it, yes, MSU made a push and they were able to come back, but the rebounding thing is a major, major, major issue for them. And this is an unusually rocky November for Michigan State. Yes, it has taken plenty of losses against good competition over the years under Izzo in November and December. But we don't often see Michigan State, look up around Thanksgiving and it's sitting there at 500. And that is the case right now with Sparty, and some recalibrations on where I think it lands in the overall hierarchy in the Big Ten, I think is fair.